We got the 500 24-inch bar full chisel. We're gonna cut a few of these trees right here. I'm out here with Mr. Larry there. We'll drop this one in that hole to make room for that big one behind me. All right, this one here is a little bit different. It's a pretty big tree. Has a big top in it. But it's got a bunch of cankered up stuff in it right there too. So we're gonna cut it. We're gonna get on up on it a little bit. So you're going to notice right here, I don't have no problem admitting I'm struggling a little bit with the steel chains. It's the same 3/8 chain. The only difference is they recommend sharpening it, filing it with a 1364 file, which is a little bit smaller file than the normal 7/32 file. What's happening is I'm getting some porpoising from the chain, and you'll hear it going through it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and file that chain with the 7/32. This chain right here is a normal round file chain, but you'll hear it as I'm cutting through it.
That was a thumper, Mr. Tim.
Yeah, it was.
It shook the ground, son.
Oh, yeah.
Really a little bit better than what I thought. I thought maybe it'd be.
You'll hold it.
Yeah.
Take there and I'll get it for you. So you don't want any of that jumped off or anything?
No, no, he'll use it just like that, Tim.
See, this the chain's gonna porpoise some anyhow, but it porpoises more. It doesn't do it like when you're cross cutting a tree like that big piece I was cutting right there. You don't really notice it as bad, but like when you're cutting, almost kind of ripping, like cutting the face notches out of the trees, you'll notice it a good bit. I'm still not, y'all comment down below, I'm still not sure that 500 is opening all the way up where it's supposed to be. I hadn't put a tack on it yet, but I don't think it's got crazy low end torque, but I don't think it's tacking all the way out yet though. All right, so here's the next victim, that oak right here. I'm gonna cut it, throw it there to give room to cut this one, that big one right there, and throw it in on top of it. And then there's a big scaly bark or shag bark hickory over there. We're gonna go bomb it too while we're at it. Ain't that right?
That's right, Mr.
So you can hear it real good right there. All the way up to this point, I have not touched the depth gauges or the rakers on this chain at all. The only thing I've done is filed on it. And you can hear it kind of grabbing a little bit there. So I do like the saw. Of course, I'm not jumping ship going to steel or anything. It's just opportunity, and all these steels I've bought. It was an opportunity for me to come up to where I can mix it up and run the steels. That way, it kind of, instead of just running one thing and put it in a video form and not saying this saw is better than the other one, there are a lot of likes and dislikes that I have. You can go back and watch the live feed I did Friday night, and I pointed out quite a few of them. I actually ran some cutting tests with the saw, the 500, which is a 79cc saw, against the 572, which is a Husqvarna 71cc saw. Very interesting on the results. I was cutting a full cut dried red oak that had been cut for 2 years, and I mean the bar tip barely protruded through the other side of it. Y'all will see that in a video upcoming. And the weights of the saws, you have to understand these manufacturers, when they weigh these saws, they weigh them dry, no bar chain on them or anything. And that's not reality. That's not the way you're going to run that saw. You're going to run that saw with a cutting system on the end of it, and you're going to run it with a full tank of gas and a full tank of oil. When you add a bar and a chain and then a full tank of gas and a full tank of oil, you change the weight of that saw a lot, and you can really change a lot depending on what bar you run on it. The Steel Light bar is one of the lightest bars I've ever messed with in my life. I like the bar. It's very comparable to a Sujihara, but I like the 500. It has some really good stuff about it. The weight of it is excellent on the saw, and which is important, very important for me on my end, because this longevity of how long I run. Now, this day right here, I cut down over 20 trees for Mr. Larry. Just a true joy to hang out with him and be with him. This is a spot that he's logging, and these logs here that he's fooling with, they're a little bit different. They're tie logs, and they're also the pine is going for to make pallets out of. So you're not as worried about some of the things like fiber pools, stuff like that, because it's not really a big deal, because some of these trees are kind of so less desirable. But so I hollered at him the other day. I said, "Hey man," I said, "you got some trees I can cut?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I got some." And so I said, "All right, we lined up a time to be out there." I went out there, cut down about 20. I got several more of the big ones with the 500 that I cut. And then I run a 362 also with the square ground chain on it, and cutting this. This is a river bottom right here, boy, the grit's bad. I was impressed and happy with how long the edge held up on the 500. But when I started running that square ground chain on the 362, I could tell the grit in the trees where the river floods worked on that chain quick, fast, and in a hurry. There's some of y'all have seen the stuff I posted on Instagram about the square file chain. It's some cutting stuff, but you go back, it's very time consuming to sharpen it that way. And I got great results with it, but there again, time consuming, and then cutting this grit that we've got around here, I'm not sure it's the best way to go. I'll still mess with it and use it, but there again, you got to look at what's going to, speed you up per se. So y'all enjoy your Sunday. I appreciate all y'all watching. Man, we're closing in on 100,000 subscribers with Cotton Top 3 with Tater Nation. So we'll catch y'all later. Later, Taters.